Welcome. Today is Monday, April 29th. CarlosDiZZle joins us as we talk about binge watching TV, beach beers, and our favorite games. And we get to know Carlos a little bit more. Let's go.
3, 2, 1.
This is the Matt and Muse Show with Matt Hensler and Adam Musinski.
The Eagle has landed.
Welcome, everybody. We're going to start this off right now. Matt's gone, so I brought in my good friend Charlie Retz. What's up, man?
What up? I'm the new and improved version of Matt Hensler.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. I will agree with that 100%. So, yeah, Matt's off gallivanting in northern Michigan doing what apparently beer suppliers do, and he ditched the show. So,
Oof.
I feel alone. I'm sitting here in my basement by myself. It feels really weird.
In all fairness, he's probably buried in snow if he's up north.
Oh, I'm sure. It's only supposed to be like 40 up there. It's not that exciting.
It's only 40 down here.
And raining.
True.
It's funny. We're all in different parts of the state. He's in northern Michigan. I'm in mid-Michigan, and you're in the Detroit area.
I think I win. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I think I'm the winner here.
That you might. All right. Question of the podcast. Let us know, Netflix or Hulu? Continue to weigh in, and we will get to the results at the end of today's show. So, Charlie, you have been on multiple times so far.
Yeah, 3 or 4 times, I feel like.
Something like that. So, our fans somewhat know who you are and have a good idea, but we had last talked, I believe it was January. What's been going on, man?
Living the corporate life, man. Just working a lot. Come home, watch some Hulu/Netflix, and just just an average 30-year-old man.
Does it feel good to be average?
That's not how I like to see myself. But everything in my life tells me differently. So, it feels good.
I think you're
I got a
above
house.
average. Yeah, there you go.
I'm good.
Got a dog, kind of. You got things.
True.
I don't know.
Yeah, if he barks, it's not my fault.
Oh, no, that's fine. Dude, so we're going on a year now. We got all these nice microphones and everything set up, and still somehow, I just realized our gates open upstairs. My dog is going to end up downstairs barking at some point. I can already tell.
I may or may not have heard the Lou in a podcast or two.
She's like,
faintly
hey guys,
barking in the background.
Hey guys, don't forget about me. I'm still here.
Yeah, I can say her name. You don't say her name because she'll rush downstairs.
Oh, yeah, no, not at all. No, I say her name, then bam, she's down here barking in a heartbeat. So,
For sure.
Keep it quiet. Keep it on the down low. All right.
I'm kind of scared for this.
Why?
This rapid fire, because you just told me you got questions.
I do.
And I'm scared of what they are.
No, it's nothing bad. I don't know. So, obviously, we started trying to interview more and more people on the show, and we go through 4, 5, 6 questions, try and get to know them, their professional life, their personal life, make a few jokes here and there. And then we decided, actually, we should do a rapid fire segment where it's just 20 questions, one-word answers, basically, real fast, get you thinking, but kind of get you off your gears and see what happens. And it's more or less for fun. It's nothing embarrassing, except maybe 3 of the questions might be. But
No, that's nothing.
So, all right. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay. All right, here we go. Rapid fire with CarlosDiZZle. First thing you did when you wake up.
Check my phone.
Favorite beer.
Say it again.
Favorite beer.
Favorite beer. In the warm weather, summer shandy. In the cold weather, any lawnmower beer. Bud Light.
That works. Vanilla or chocolate?
Chocolate.
You're not sure. Are you sure?
Chocolate for most things.
Okay. Spell your name.
CharlieHretz.
Celebrity crush?
I have many. I will go
Number
with
one.
Carrie Underwood.
Ooh, nice. She was in my top 6 for sure. I think she was number 2.
Yeah, she's a nice lady.
Yes, she is. Nice legs. I like the legs. Nickname.
CarlosDiZZle.
Favorite color.
Green.
How good of a driver are you?
Oh, man. What a terrible day to ask this question.
Uh-oh.
The loss is horrible. I got a speeding ticket this morning. Probably shouldn't admit this on air, but that's okay. I got pulled over with no seatbelt, expired proof of insurance, and speeding, and walked away with an impeding traffic ticket. Some stuff you can't plan.
You are one lucky SOB.
And I almost killed you, so
Yeah,
maybe I'm a terrible driver. I don't know.
You haven't gotten better in the last 14 years, so I don't think you're that good of a driver.
I didn't get a ticket for like 10 straight years. Since I bought this new car, I've gotten 2.
It attracts cops, apparently.
It's a white car and everything. I steered away from red. I don't want to talk about it. What's the next one?
Okay, nacho cheese or Cool Ranch?
Ooh, this hurts my heart. I like them both equally. Actually, I'm going to go off the wall here. I like the spicy nacho Doritos.
Okay, that's acceptable. I'll take that. Who's your idol?
The old man, Big Chuck.
Oh, Big Chuck. I miss him. Favorite song?
Favorite song? Wow, that's hard. I really like Styx, Come Sail Away is a good one. Faithfully by Journey is a good one. That's a hard one for one song.
You gonna pick one?
I'll go Faithfully by Journey.
Nice. Good choice. Just lost my place. Hang on. Pet peeve.
When people do not hold doors open for other people.
But okay, we're diving into this after this. Hang on. Doors.
Okay.
Socks or sandals?
Oh, socks. 100%. That one was so easy.
Gross. Tacos or pizza?
Tacos.
Favorite TV show?
On currently or of all time?
I don't know. It's just his favorite TV show. You tell me. You get to pick. Okay. Now, winter or summer?
Summer.
Favorite day?
Favorite day?
Yeah.
Saturday.
Okay. Pepsi or Coke?
Pepsi.
Favorite movie?
Remember the Titans.
Ooh, nice one. And what is your favorite alcoholic drink that is not a beer?
My favorite alcoholic drink that is not a beer is a Captain Morgan and Sprite.
And Sprite?
It's delicious. Don't knock
Really?
it till you try it.
It's
kind of like a cream soda kind of taste.
Interesting.
It's delicious.
Huh. I've never it's always, if it's Sprite, it's with whiskey.
Yep. It's and then most people go Captain and Coke, but I'm
Yeah.
not a big Coke fan.
Right.
So a friend of mine, Jay, introduced me to Captain and Sprite and never turned back.
Huh. I'm going to have to put that on my list of things to try. That
I can help with that.
you took I have heard some weird things. I was expecting just you to say like Captain and Coke or whiskey and water or something, but
Whiskey and water. Nah, Captain and Sprite, man. It's so good. So good.
was Brandon the one that turned you onto this?
No.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever had that drink with him, ironically enough.
That's funny. He just said it's amazing.
He's not wrong.
Huh. Okay. I'm going to have to give that a try for sure. All right. We got to circle back, though I can't talk. You said your biggest pet peeve was people not holding doors open for others, correct?
Yes, and I mean, if you're far away, you can go in. If you're there and you have the ability and the time and you choose to just walk through the door, or you don't give the courtesy like push open for the guy behind you and you just let the door close, I'm not about that life.
Okay.
I also see a lot of men not opening the doors for their women, which is pretty messed up as
no.
well.
I think if you're a dude and a woman is behind you, you have to wait even that awkward period of holding the door open.
I agree. Completely agree.
It's your responsibility. But no, so my thing is I get this a lot at work. So we have like an employee entrance at our office, and it's literally one door. And it's kind of I don't want to say it's a hike from the parking lot, but it's not like right up next to the door. So anyways, but you always get that awkward, do I hold it? Do I let it go? Do I hold it? Do I let it go? And it's like, there's no right answer. I don't know. There's like, where are you?
Yeah, you're playing the game wrong, my friend. You got to start looking for people when you exit your car. And as you're walking towards the door, you have to be on the lookout. How close is the closest person? Am I going to make it awkward for them? Am I going fast enough to not make it awkward for the person behind me? There's a wicked game to parking lot etiquette and door etiquette.
Oh, for sure.
I've perfected.
Well, it's good that you perfected it, because I run into the fact, like, okay, do I start walking faster? Do I slow down a little bit? Like,
both of those could be the right answer, depending on the situation.
I don't know. It's weird.
You gotta play the game.
It bugs me. Like, I will seriously walk into work and hold the door open for somebody and be like, wow, I just waited here for 2 minutes, and they just slowly walked. But then if you hold it open for somebody and they're still far away and they start running, well, then you're like, wow, well, now I just made them run. I hope he didn't pull a muscle, because, everyone in the beer industry is not in any sort of shape.
That's fair. I work in a building with, like, almost 2,400 people, so I get to play this game literally every time I go through any door.
There's people coming in and out of everywhere.
It's ridiculous. And there's like doors on doors on doors. You can't get away from it.
That's funny. Melanie's work has an alarm if the front door stays open too long. But she works at like I don't call it a home, but a medical facility, I guess you could say. So that's understandable.
Yeah, we have like turnstiles, so like you can come through the front doors without a problem. But if you like try to, let's say you come to my work, Adam, and you're like right on my heels, and you run through the turnstiles with me, an alarm goes off, and everyone knows that you're not supposed to be there. So the doors are okay, but the turnstiles are where my alarms are.
So if two people are in a turnstile,
they're not like turnstiles like you see at like stadiums where they actually turn, or like train stations. They're like automatic doors that open and close. Gotcha. And you have to badge in to get them to open, and then when you leave, you don't have to badge out or anything. But
right, they're like, get out of here. We don't want to see you again.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, yes, sir. I'm out.
Right. Later, dudes. That's funny. Interesting. I'm trying to figure out how to share this right now. Here we go. Okay. Anyways, good banter. So, back when we were young bucks in our early 20s, we would drink a lot of Corona.
I'm like, yes, sir. I'm out.
So,
I think you mean when from early 20s to current. I think is what you meant to say.
Yeah. But I don't want to promote underage drinking, because it was definitely before 21.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, right. So anyways, that was our beer of the podcast. I decided, I was sitting here and I was like, man, I know Charlie isn't the biggest craft beer drinker, but let's do something fun.
Yeah, I'm happy about this. Oh, that sound.
It's a beautiful sound.
I cheersed my camera on my laptop. I know you can't see it, but I cheersed it anyway, just for you.
Hey, dude, it's the thought that counts, and it's the effort that you put into the show. We may have Corona to rename the show.
It makes me feel like I'm sitting on a beach.
Exactly, no matter what. I remember last winter we had like a foot of snow on a Saturday. I came home and had a Corona, and I was like, wow, this is fantastic. I feel like warm weather. And then I look outside, and there's a foot of snow. I'm like, son of a...
Yeah, see, I usually do the opposite. Like when I come home if there's snow on the ground, I won't even drink a Corona. It ruins it tastes weird, you know?
It does taste better when it's warmer. I will say that. But no, it's
a lime does a lot for.
Oh, you got
not only Corona but many Mexican beers.
Yes, that's a huge trend actually in craft beer and beer in general is the Mexican lager trend. Everyone tried this American lager and this American ale and this light ale. Never really took off, so everyone's like, okay, well, let's make more of a full flavored beer. And you're getting a lot of even Michigan breweries making Mexican lagers, which in my opinion is fine because I love them. So.
Right, that's something I won't complain on. Like you said, I'm not the biggest craft beer drinker, but if you're going to brew Mexican ales, Mexican lagers, I'll drink them all day long.
Right, exactly. So you go to a bar and you order a shot and a beer. Okay. What's your shot and what's your beer?
Now, it depends because there are shots and beers that go together very well, and they name drinks after them, right? So you have like Fireball and a cider, an Angry Orchard.
Yeah.
And you have, what's it called, an Angry Balls?
Angry Balls, yeah.
Yeah, delicious. If I'm individually ordering the two things, if it's the summer, I'm going to get a Summer Shandy 100% of the time as my beer. I have a lot of shots that I really enjoy, though. For example, I really like mini beers. Anything with rum chata. They have a shot called Fruit Loop, which is rum chata and loopy vodka. Tastes just like a bowl of Fruit Loops. You don't even know you're drinking. It tastes like you're hanging out with Toucan Sam.
Toucan, my man.
They have a separate one that's rum chata and either Fireball or Jack Fire. Tastes just like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That one's good, too. So if I would have to choose, I'm going to go Summer Shandy, and I'm going to go a straight shot of Jack is what I would probably get.
Okay. I was really nervous at first when you were going like Fruit Loop shots and everything. I'm like, oh gosh, he's going to give like some fruity answer, but you saved it with the shot of Jack. Appreciate that.
No, I do really like those though. If you're going to give me anything with, I could drink rum chata out of the bottle. It's so good.
No, that's good. Like I like rum chata. Have you ever made waffles with rum chata?
I have not, but I have a waffle maker, so do tell.
Yeah, so basically, how we got these were Granite City. Actually, you got a couple down there by you. Granite City makes them for their brunch, so you could go and basically what you do is I just buy the quick add water and oil and make waffles. Basically, nothing crazy, but I do still add water, but I also add a little rum chata to it as well. So you get that cinnamon cream flavor through the waffle. But you got to be careful because if you add too much, then it's just like, I don't know, a little too much booze in there.
Right.
So it's good. Give it a try.
Yeah, there's a Granite City about 2-3 miles from me.
Word. Yeah, go to the one in Northville. One in Northville.
Okay.
Brother. Ask for Brian and tell him you know me.
I know Brian.
Oh, that's right, you do. I forgot about that.
Brian, dozens of times, probably.
That's very true. Totally forgot about that. It's funny. Whenever I'm with beer reps, they're like, man, where should I go? And I'm like, well, actually, if you go to Granite City in Northville and ask for Brian, tell him you know me, he'll take care of you. So
that's funny.
Yeah. My shot in beer. I'm a huge Corona drinker. Like that's my go-to beer. If I'm ever just like, I want to have a few beers, don't want to get anything too heavy or crazy or hoppy, I'm always Corona Lime. It's the one beer that you will always find in my fridge, and I will take it with a shot of Jim Beam every single day.
I'm not mad at that. I got a Jim Beam within arm's reach right now. I'm not drinking it, but I have some.
Money. Yeah, I will go to the bar, and it's like shot. Like there's some hole-in-the-wall bars. Like they don't have the biggest selection, and that's fine. So it's a shot in a beer bar, and shot of beer. Corona, Lime, Jack.
I'm surprised it wasn't Jameson for you.
You know, everyone says that because my son's Jameson, you know. I don't like Irish whiskey.
It's not my favorite thing. I'll drink it, but it's not my favorite.
Oh, for sure. I'll drink it, but yeah, no, if I have to choose, if I'm paying for it, I am not going to get it. If someone buys it for me, yes, I will oblige and I will drink it. But if I'm spending my hard-earned money, it is definitely not going to be on Jameson.
Have you ever heard of a pickleback?
I have. A lot of people do
I
those
will
with
drink
Jameson.
Justin Jameson. You can keep that shot of pickle
No, gosh.
juice.
I don't know.
Gross.
Pickle juice is nasty.
Pickles are nasty.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm one of those guys, like, if I'm getting a shot, I don't chase it. Like,
If I chase it, it's with beer.
yeah, like I take my shot, I put it down, I take a sip of my Corona, and I just move on with life. Like, I'm
Right.
like, oh man, I got to take a shot and then move on to something else. Like, no.
I can respect that.
Okay. All right. NFL draft time. We talked about a few things that you and I decided we would talk about, and we kind of settled on the NFL draft. Did you watch it? Is my first question.
I watched the entire first round,
Okay.
most of the second round, and then a really good chunk of, I guess 2 and 3 together, and then a really good chunk of 4 through 7.
Okay.
But I followed it the whole time. I was on my phone following it, so
Gotcha. Cool.
I was a very well-informed Lions fan.
Nice. I was not as dedicated as you. It's one of those, like, I like to pay attention to it, but that, like, I get the first round. That's when the big names are going to go. But those picks just last forever. Those 15 minutes, it's just like, come on. So
Yeah,
the
it's
draft
bad.
actually started when I was still at golf. And the time I got home and showered and everything, we sat down. It was Lions were actually on the clock. I'm like, oh, perfect. I'll watch it. So
Right, so the
but-
8 pick overall is
Yeah.
where you sat down.
Yeah, exactly. Then we watched
Wow.
a little bit of it, but yeah. So what are your thoughts on the Lions?
You know what? I'm not as mad as everybody else is on TJ Hawkinson. I think he's a supreme talent. The thing that worries me is that we could have had, in my opinion, a couple better people there in that spot. But if they're drafting for a need, TJ Hawkinson is that need. I'm more upset with the rest of the draft, not so much the first round. So the Lions in round 2 went with an inside linebacker from the University of Hawaii, and I'm going to butcher his name, Jelani Tavai, who literally nobody had heard of. ESPN didn't have any tape on the kid.
Which is weird because they have tape on probably twice as many people than what gets drafted.
Yeah, so ESPN has him listed at 6'2", 250. He is the third best inside linebacker in the draft, but an overall grade of only 72. Not that good. Now, here's my problem with that pick specifically. There was a lot of talent still on the board in the second round.
Plenty.
But when he came around, specific and stuff we had a need for too, and that was what was super frustrating for me. Like, we could have had Greedy Williams, who ended up going 3 picks later to Cleveland. We could have had, I believe McCoy was still available, who is the center. Yeah, Eric McCoy, the center from Texas A&M, who I don't know if you watched any Texas A&M football last year, but he was a horrible shotgun snapper, and sometimes they moved him over to guard. So he would have fulfilled our guard need that we need. And then if we drop even farther down in the second round, DK Metcalf was the last pick in the second round. We still need a wide receiver. As badly as I didn't really want to take one, at that point in time, it was a big need, and he could have been a steal at 43rd overall.
That's what I thought too. When I saw that he didn't go in the first round, I was like, we have a decent amount of wide receivers, but we don't know if we have that standalone go-to guy yet. But yeah, I was the same way. I'm like, why not add someone on a rookie contract? See what happens.
Yeah, I mean, I think our core of 3 are good. Galladay, Jones, Amendola.
Yeah.
I think that's an above average 3. And in fact, I would put that 3 up against almost any receiving core in the league, with a couple exceptions. But let's say Galladay tweaks a groin and he can't play. Now the number 1 corner for the opposition is on Marvin Jones, so he shut down. And Amendola is an underneath check down kind of guy, who didn't have a great year in Miami. So how effective is he really going to be? We did end up getting a wideout later on in the draft, but nobody knows him. I mean, someone knows him, but
Right.
he's from Old Dominion, in the 6th round. Is he really going to fill a starting spot? Probably not.
No, he's going to be a special teams player, most likely. No,
He's a big guy, 6'3".
Yeah, I had the same thought, though. Like, I like our core three. I think they're good. I think they're probably, like you were saying, more of the top half of the NFL. But I think, like, after that, it just falls right off. Like, we have nothing after that. And I think that's a thing that, why not get the dude that goes into meetings without a shirt on? Like, let's get some excitement here. But they're doing the Patriot way of, this is what we do, and this is what we're doing, why we're doing it, and don't tell us otherwise. But somehow the Patriots still had up with a hell of a lot better draft than we had.
Yeah, they had a great draft. The one thing that I like about picking T.J. Hockenson in the first is with the core three that we've mentioned, right, wideouts wise, with T.J. Hockenson, who's a great receiving tight end who can stretch the field. There's no excuse for Matt Stafford anymore.
Yeah, if
he has a bad year, there's nothing there that's like, listen, you could have had better wideouts. You didn't have Calvin. You didn't have, Nate Burleson to throw the ball to. Like, those guys are gone. You have a great three now with Hockenson, probably the best receiving core maybe in the league. Still no offensive line to keep him upright, but you don't have any excuse anymore.
You got a running game. And you got Jesse James, too, don't forget, in that tight end spot, too. Who he's not going to be the greatest tight end, but he's another formidable option.
Yeah, he had some great – he had some standout plays when he was in Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. They didn't really utilize their tight ends much because of they had the speed demons of Juju and Antonio on the outside. But
sure.
Yeah, we'll see. They didn't address a single offensive line need in the entire draft, which was infuriating.
Yeah, and I think that was a huge need for them. It still is. So hopefully something comes in the offseason as we enter the next period of free agency.
I did read that they signed 4 undrafted free agents, all of whom were offensive linemen today. Mm-hmm. So maybe they'll find something there.
Hopefully.
But you got to replace TJ somehow.
They got to find it somewhere. It's just where. That's the problem.
Exactly.
Cool.
A couple teams had great drafts, though. Patriots had great drafts. Mm-hmm. Cleveland had a great draft.
Pittsburgh had a good draft. I think they're on the track to replacing Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell. So, and they're doing it the Pittsburgh way. Hey, you're going to be a troublemaker and not be here for the team, then see ya.
Yeah, I mean, you know how I feel about Michigan players, but Devin Bush is a supreme talent that they got at 10. And he's going to fill that James Harrison spot just fine.
Oh, for sure. That defense,
and then they took Justin Lane out of Michigan State too. Mm-hmm. And he was in the top 3 or 4 corners in my book. Maybe a little biased there, but
you're a lot biased.
Snell's going to be good from Kentucky. That running back. Yeah. They took a lot of Michigan State guys. Now that I'm just sitting here looking at this.
Yeah.
Devin Bush, Justin Lane, Zach Gentry. 3 out of their picks are all from the state of Michigan.
There you go. Yeah, their defense has been better. It's not what it used to be in the early 2000s by any means, but it's definitely getting better, and I think it's just going to continue to build to what we're used to seeing Steelers defenses be, rather than the run and gun offense that was the killer bees that got absolutely nothing done for the city of Pittsburgh.
Right. There's really no such thing as run and gun anymore. In today's NFL, it's let's see how many yards our quarterback can throw for.
Yeah.
And that's partially why I was upset that we didn't address any offensive line need. But, they pay Bob Quinn a lot of money to make those decisions. So we'll see where it pans out.
Yeah, and going on year 3, we hope to see something pan out. He's got to know something that we don't at this point, just to take a pass on all the offensive linemen available in the draft. Yeah,
for sure. Maybe the talent wasn't there. Maybe we're the dumb ones.
Yeah, I'm honestly, I hope that we are. That makes me feel better.
Right, me too.
Like, you're not paying me to evaluate.
I heard that Vegas has them projected at 6.5 wins this year. I think 8 is kind of the ceiling for the Lions this year. I don't think they'll get above 8. If they do, I'll be very surprised. Our schedule's tough.
Yeah, we're always ended up with tough schedules, man. Like the one year it breaks our way, I know the 1 year, like, oh hey, we actually have an easy schedule and Aaron Rodgers is hurt. We just decide not to know how to play football. So
Sounds like the Lions.
sounds like the life of a Lions fan. That's why I like the Steelers too. They actually win sometimes.
Yeah, Atlanta's my other team for obvious reasons, but
Obvious reasons.
they didn't have a great draft either. Lots of offensive linemen there. They took a guard and tackle in the first round.
I feel like they had a couple good years before the Super Bowl run, and since then they've just kind of fallen off the face of the earth.
They had a lot of people go to free agency and leave.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of threats too. But I mean, they have Calvin Ridley, they have Julio Jones, they still have Devontae Freeman. Coleman's gone, but Freeman's a just fine running back, so they could be good this year if they can keep 75-year-old Matt Ryan upright. They'll be okay.
I remember it was my freshman year of college. I went to the very first CMU football game against Boston College, and that was Matt Ryan's senior year. That was actually the first game Dan Lefevre got put into when our starting quarterback got hurt. And that was the birth of Dan Lefevre and the best 4-year run in Chippewa football history, in my opinion.
What's Mr. Lefevre up to nowadays?
He's a dentist.
I mean,
I think so.
Make good money.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's what I saw. It was like last year. He bounced around, I think 2 or 3 seasons in the NFL, bounced around like second and third string quarterbacks. Cleveland, Cincinnati, Dallas, I think maybe even. But then a little CFL action, nothing really panned out. And yeah, he was 29 or 30 years old, and he decided to call it a career and go finish his degree and everything. And get his, I want to say it was for dentistry, but maybe I'm confusing him and Blair White. Because I know
Blair White, I know, was for sure going to be a dentist.
Yeah, he's an orthodontist here in Saginaw.
Really?
Yeah, I bought his brother's house.
I did not know that.
I'm sitting in the basement.
Really super random.
This is really, yeah. Blair White was in this basement, just so you know. Kind of famous.
Weird. You can kind of say I'm getting pretty serious.
right. And Blair White comes around before even knew this house was here. But yeah.
That's awesome.
Melanie's probably upstairs like, oh God, here he goes nerding out about Blair White.
She's like, Blair who?
No, she knows him. Like, their family and Mel's family is really close.
Of course they are, because everyone in Saginaw knows everyone.
Exactly. It's a small town of 80,000 people. And when your last name's Richter, you know everybody. It's pretty much what I've learned.
Well, maybe you should be Adam Richter instead of Adam Musinski.
I'll think about it. I like my anonymity, though. I like people not knowing exactly who I am.
That's fair. I don't blame you one bit for that.
Except when I'm with them, they're like, "Oh, are you this is Brian?" I'm like, "No, I'm not Brian. I'm just tall, skinny, and bald. I just look just like him, I guess. I don't know."
Well,
whatever.
There are worse things to be called.
Exactly. All right. One of our favorite segments here on the Matt and Muse Show, I roped Charlie in to do it, is our top 6. We've had a lot of fun doing this over the past few months, and we're going to dive into this again. I made Charlie pick the topic, and you picked?
Board/card games.
I love it. All right, let me find
Had to rope the 2 in, because
I
mean, they're kind of one and the same.
Yeah, I agree, because it's more or less just like games you play with your family. And
yeah.
That
typically cause family turmoil. Exactly.
So, all right.
Number 6.
My number 6 game was Phase 10. Melanie actually introduced me to this in college. They basically give you 10 phases. You have to complete one phase before moving on to the next. It's kind of like a rummy-esque game. Like the first phase will be like 3 sets of 2 cards, and you got to get that. And then like the last phase is the hardest, where it's like 1 set of 5 and a set of 2, all in the same color or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
I've played that. It's a good game.
Yeah, I like it.
I was gonna when you started out with Melanie taught you in college about 10 phases, I got a little nervous. This is a family show, my friend.
This is a family show.
Yeah, my number 6. I don't know that you've never even heard of this game. It's called Settlers of Catan.
I've heard of it just because I think you've talked about it.
Yeah, you got to collect wood and barley and wheat and all that stuff, and you eventually get enough that you win the game. Well, where it gets interesting is you draw random stuff at the very beginning of the game, and if, let's say, you have the monopoly on wood, I got to trade you some of my stuff to get some of your stuff, and it involves a little bit of luck, a little bit of haggling. So that's my number 6, Settlers of Catan.
Interesting. So is it like a game you go buy?
Yeah, it's a little board game. I think it's made for only like 4 people, but you can get expansion packs that go up to 6, 8, 10. The board gets pretty big at that point, but
right.
It's pretty fun.
I'm gonna have to look that up. Okay. Number 5, Yahtzee. Yahtzee was, and still is, I guess, my mom's favorite game. I grew up playing it all the time. I think I have 3 or 4 different versions of how to play it in my basement, like Yahtzee Free For All and Yahtzee Cards or something else like that too. But yeah, we love it. I actually made my mom one year for Mother's Day. There's a life-size Yahtzee with like 4x4s and a 5-gallon bucket and everything.
That's awesome.
I know. It's really actually a lot of fun, especially like when you're camping and stuff. So yeah, number 5, Yahtzee.
Yeah, my number 5 is Trivial Pursuit, which it's pretty nerdy, but any kind of trivia game I'm all about. Specifically, if you can get like any of the editions ones. I know there's like Sports Edition, Millennium Edition, like Pop Culture Edition. I'm all about those. Regular Trivial Pursuit still would have been number 5. Maybe that's why it's a little low, because I couldn't pinpoint any one Trivial Pursuit. But yeah, big fan. Any kind of trivia, I'm all about.
All about the trivia.
Number 4.
So this game actually has a lot of sentimental value to me. I learned to play it down in Fort Myers Beach with my grandma and my grandpa. And it's kind of falls in that nerdy range, but triominoes. It's dominoes with triangles. I don't know. You gotta like match up the numbers and everything. It's really interesting. Next time you come over, we'll have to try and play it. It's literally a game you have to like sit and think at, though. Like there's bonus points for finishing certain things out. So don't be too hammered. But
right, that's what I was gonna say. Maybe this is the first game of the night we play.
Yeah, when it was funny though, because we'd go down to Fort Myers. Mel and I went, met with my grandparents, stayed with them. We'd go out on the beach, drink all day, go out to dinner, go to Pete's Timeout in Fort Myers Beach, have a couple more beers, head back, sip on some peppermint schnapps, and play triominoes. So we're all schnockered, playing probably one of the hardest games I've ever played. But it was fun. It worked out.
That one's good. I went with the classic for number 4, Cards Against Humanity.
Ooh, that's a good one.
There's never a shortage of dirty, funny things to be had.
Never.
There's always something new, and that's what I like. And they have tons and tons of expansion packs. I have the real basic version, and it's plenty enough for me. But I do have friends with like all the expansion packs, and it just gets more and more vulgar. And if you know anything about me, I'm all about that life.
Yeah. There's a couple games like we played in college. I can't remember the name of them, but it was like, yeah, you just after so many beers, it would just become vulgar mess, and you did not want to have your parents around when those were being played.
I personally think playing with your parents is one of the funnest times to play that game.
I'll remember that.
Number 3.
Number 3. This is something that Mel has always thought that I hated to play because I always lose at it, but it's Skippo. Good old-fashioned game of Skippo. I've been playing it my entire life. I'm not good at it. I always lose. However, I am on like a 5-game win streak right now. Mel and I try and play it once a week. But yeah, Skippo. I love playing it. I'm not good at it, but I do enjoy a good round of Skippo.
Confession, never played Skippo.
What?
Barely know what it is.
It's basically like...
my number... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, it's like just stacking number like 1 through 12 on stacks and trying to get rid of like a home pile first. Nothing crazy.
Oh, it's kind of like Speed.
Yeah, along that way, for sure.
Okay, I got it. My number 3 is going to make me sound like an 85-year-old man, but I don't care because it's awesome. Pinochle is my number 3.
I like me some Pinochle.
I love Pinochle. Do you play single deck or double deck?
Single deck.
Yeah, I can't play double. Too many cards, and the math. I haven't caught up with the math on double deck yet, but single deck pinochle, outstanding. I learned how to play with my grandma. Maybe that has something to do with that. I don't know, but
Exactly.
whenever my Aunt Ruth is in town with my dad, we always get pinochle going.
That's how I was talking to someone the other day. She's like, we don't play enough games anymore as a society. Like, that's what kind of got Mel and I to start thinking, like, every Sunday now we play Skippo and watch Seinfeld. So nothing that you got to pay attention to, but like that's kind of one of the things, like, we don't, like, you don't sit down and have, like, family game night anymore or play cards with friends. I mean, we do because we're old souls, but it's something that you don't do when it's just two people, and that's something that, I don't know, Mel and I are trying to do more of now.
Yeah, we meet up with, here's some familiar names for you. We meet up with Don Berg and Ray Phillips once a month and have a game night, and
Nice.
we just drink and play games.
Exactly.
It's awesome.
It's fun. It's good. It gets you away from the TV and social media all the time.
Yeah, agreed.
Number 2.
So this game has a few different interpretations, but this goes back to going up to my grandma's cottage as a little kid playing it. I have it too now. It's called Pass the Pigs. It's this little game where you take 2 pigs and you roll them, and depending how they land, depends how many points you get, and you can keep rolling, and if they land a certain way, everything gets wiped out, or you can pass after you get so many points, but it's all just how they land.
Yeah, we play a similar game with dice,
Yeah.
and my parents would kill me because I do not remember the name of this game. But yeah, it's kind of like a hybrid Yahtzee dice game. We play a very similar game, but with dice. My number 2 is Texas Hold'em. The mathematician in me likes to calculate odds and figure out what cards beat what and what's the odds you have those cards and when you bet, when you raise, when you folded. Texas Hold'em, I host some tournaments as often, not tournaments, but little get-togethers where we put some money on the table and play around. Good times.
Yeah, I played a lot of Texas Hold'em, I think, like, through high school, and I don't know, I just kind of fell off. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
I understand.
yeah,
It's a smart man's game.
it is, and that explains why I don't play it. Ass.
Number 1.
Euchre. I love
I knew it.
Euchre. I'm obsessed
knew
with
it.
it. I play it on my phone. I play it. I used to remember how to play 2 and 3 and 5 hand Euchre. I don't. I just remember how to play 4. It's a great game. I love it. I understand it completely. I feel like I can look at the cards and know basically what everyone has and how it's going to play. I absolutely love the game. It's my go-to when friends are over. It's, hey, let's throw hands and play some Euchre.
I knew you were going euchre. I know how to play 3-handed. I can teach you that. I don't know about 5 or 2 or any of those, but my number 1 is catchphrase.
Ooh.
Again, catchphrase has many different versions, but I like them all. But any of them really. But the classic catchphrase is where I fell in love with the game. If you know anything about my father and I, we can finish each other's sentences without thinking.
Oh, 100%.
So it's funny because the classic story that I always tell about catchphrase, because he'll say things like, "Oh, he's the actress in that movie," or "She's the actress in that movie," and I'll say a name, and he's like, "Yes," and pass it, and people are like, "What? How is this possible?" So, quick story is anytime my partner's just like stuck on someone and they don't have a clue, I always guess Tom Hanks. So my dad got it one time, and he was like, "Oh, he's the guy." And he was like starting to talk, and I was like, "Tom Hanks," and my dad was like, "Yes," and he passed it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, just dumb luck on that one. But I always tell anybody if they can beat my dad and I in a game of catchphrase, that they deserve hundreds and thousands of dollars because I'm convinced we would be the world champions.
All right, you're on. Next time he's in town, let's do it.
No problem.
Broadcast live on Man Muse.
I'm in.
Cool.
Bring that good looking poster board.
Oh, I will. I got a couple more too, so we'll deck it out.
Yeah, buddy. We can broadcast from Troy, Michigan, the garage.
Someone
Dave
else's
Charlie.
basement. Question of the podcast results are in. Netflix edges out Hulu by 2 votes. So what do you prefer? What's yours, Charlie? Netflix or Hulu? Nope. Did we lose you?
So I don't think No, I'm here.
Okay.
I I don't think I technically voted in the poll on purpose. I didn't know how you guys did all that, if you were voters or not. But I would have, I think, voted for Netflix over Hulu. I like them both, and I watch them both, just depending on the show. What I like about Netflix is it's a little more user-friendly.
Mm-hmm.
The episode list is a little bit better laid out. So I can go to a random season and watch a random episode quicker than I can on Hulu. I'm not really familiar with what's on Hulu. I just fell in love with a show called Fresh Off the Boat on Hulu that I can't stop watching. But overall, I'm a Netflix fan.
I agree. I'm a Netflix fan. I like Hulu for keeping up with current shows on television, but I'm the same way. I don't like its layout or its user face at all. Melanie actually voted on the Hulu side. She told me this. I'm like, well, I guess we will never get rid of either. So she prefers Hulu and I prefer Netflix. So,
yeah, they're both good. They both have flaws. They both have advantages for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I have both. I'll probably keep both.
I'm sure 95% of everyone has both. If they have one, they have them both. So,
yeah, there's a couple of cell companies that have started offering like free Hulu subscriptions with the signing up of a new contract and stuff like that. I think that's how I ended up with Hulu, to be honest.
You can get, like, when you buy Spotify too, if you get the monthly membership, Hulu's included in it now.
Oh, okay.
You get your music.
Similar thing to cable.
Yeah, you get your music and your TV all in the same thing. So, cool. All right, man. I know you got to run. I'll let you get going. Thank you so much for joining me. Yes, we'll do it again soon for sure.
Yeah, maybe I'll come up there one of these holiday weekends where I have a bank Monday holiday, and
there you go.
I'll crash the show.
We'll have a blast.
That'll be 3 bearded, good-looking men.
Oh, that'd be a good-looking TV show.
True.
All right, boss. Brother.
Take it easy.
You too. We'll talk to you. All right. I want to thank Charlie for joining me up here. Obviously, I'm solo sitting right now. That's cool, though. Matt's off gallivanting again, like I said, up northern Michigan, having a good time. He will be back next week, though. We did not lose him permanently. We will not lose him permanently. I won't let it happen. But no, next week, for those listening, will be Monday. We will be at G's Pizza in Saginaw doing a live broadcast from there. We'll get there probably 7:30, 8 o'clock to start setting up. We'll probably hang out after for a beer or two. But yeah, come on by, say hi, check us out. If you got something cool to say, maybe we'll even let you on there. Who knows? We'll see what happens. And then after that, the week after that, will actually be our 1-year show. We're pumped about that. I can't believe it's already been a year. But we're going to do a 1-year show. We're actually doing a studio refresh and everything down here. We decided sitting at the bar on bar stools for this long and not being able to lean on something is starting to hurt our backs. So getting off the bar stool, going to have a new look for you guys. I know you'll love it. So, and then after that, so during that episode, we'll actually do a cool flight, vertical tasting. And then after that, we actually have some beers that are not distributed in Michigan. We were able to get our hands on some of those to feature for the next few weeks. So, cool. As always, subscribe, rate, listen, Apple Podcasts. Let us know. Like I said, we're on Spotify too, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Libsyn, anywhere you can think of. Go check us out. Go find us. If you want to listen to us somewhere we're not, let us know. You can reach us email, mattmuse@gmail.com, 989-372-1391. Call or text. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, mattmuse.com. We'll be back next week live from G's Pizza in Saginaw.
God